Do not get attached to your silver and gold collection. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Empire Precious Metals. Stormy here. If you're new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a guy in a bucket talking about precious metals. So make sure you blast that subscribe button, get the bell notification clicked. That way you get updated with any new content. I have seen a few comments recently from people in the community talking about the need to sell their silver and gold. And their needs to sell their silver and gold have stemmed for a whole host of reasons. Emergencies, something happened with their house, they need a new roof, they've got car repairs that they need to attend to, and they need to free up some cash. And the tone in some of these emails and direct messages on Instagram and comments that I've seen on my various videos, the tone in which these people are sending me these messages are from this almost like a point of failure. They almost seem to feel as if they have failed in some way because they had to sell off some of their silver and gold. And I want to make this very clear to you. Those of you that have been in this situation before where you are a little tight for money and the only place that you could see yourself freeing up some of those funds are from your stack, I want to explain something to you, okay? You're not a failure. I would almost guarantee without certainty that 9 out of 10 people within the stacking community have been in similar situations at one point or another, and myself included. In fact, I'm going to give you a recent example. Some of you that follow the channel closely, I talked about having to buy a new truck recently. It was not a cheap purchase. Part of it was a little bit frivolous on my part. Yes, I'll admit to that. I probably could have gone for a vehicle that didn't have all the bells and whistles and would have cost me less money. But, you know, in my opinion, I worked my butt off, and so I figured I kind of owed it to myself. But when it came to actually having a lot of funds on hand to put down a significant down payment, I bought a $90,000 truck. And I wanted to have the least amount of money in terms of loans possible. So what I ended up doing is I ended up selling all of my stocks, all of my cryptos, all of the comic books that you guys saw at one point. I had back here $15,000 to $20,000 worth of collectibles there, and took some cash that I had already put aside, and then I still wanted to free up some cash so I could put down a down payment of at least $60,000. And what did I do to come up with that extra cash? The stack. I sold off nearly 5 ounces of gold right here. In fact, when I went to my local coin shop, I went to Steve and I sold him some gold. He asked me, hey, is everything okay? Because usually I'm always buying from him. And you've heard the term, be your own bank, right? A lot of you have heard this term. You've heard it on Yankee Stacking's channel. You've heard it on a whole bunch of other channels. Be your own bank. And I said to Steve, yeah, no, I'm totally fine. I'm basically giving myself a bridge loan, a short-term loan from my own stack. I'm going to free up some cash, and then I am going to pay myself back in gold over the next coming months. And so by doing so, I ended up freeing up the remaining cash that I wanted, put down the deposit on the truck, and I financed the remainder. Right now, yes, I mean, I'm in the position to pay off the rest of the loan on the truck. However, I am going to continue stacking. I like to have some cash on hand and some hard physical assets like gold for a whole host of reasons, right? There could be any sort of situation that will creep up on you, and it could be a medical situation. Like I said, it could be a house repair, you name it. And I'm going to want to have some sort of safety net there. All right. I do not want to tap into the credit cards. That is just a bad idea when it comes to emergencies. So you need to look at your stack as a savings account. A lot of people who really understand precious metals know that this is a long-term game and that this is a long-term savings account, not really an investment vehicle per se to do a lot of flipping. All right, that's something that you're going to want to do when it comes to like stocks and things like that. But this is a long-term savings. So for me, it was worth it. Did I feel like a failure? Not at all. I knew that the gold would come back. My buying habits on precious metals are very, very consistent and disciplined, and I've been doing this now for, I would say, 5 years. 3 years here on YouTube, 5 years stacking regularly. I did buy my first gold in the mid 2000s, probably 2005, 2007, sometime around there. That's when I first bought some gold, but I really wasn't a stacker until, I would say, 2017, 2018. So that being said, did I feel like a failure? No. I had the 5 ounces of gold. I was able to just quickly cash this in. I still had plenty of gold on standby. I knew that I would buy gold each month, and that's what I ended up doing. It was well worth it. So I really want to stress to you who happen to be watching this video, when it comes time to sell silver or gold for a whole host of reasons, you need to make sure that you're not beating yourself up. You have to remind yourself that this is your money, your fiat just converted into these hard physical assets. And it's there for you, yes, as a long-term play. However, you have to look at it as, again, like a savings account. If you need to tap into it from time to time for a different host of reasons, then do not feel like a failure in doing so. You can also always replenish what you have purchased, or what you have sold, I should say. When it comes to silver, I'm kind of the mindset just to sell it off because it is a cumbersome asset. I do think you should kind of stack more densely, as Yankee stacking would say. Okay, there, you could pack a whole lot of punch in just one coin of gold than, having, 60, 70, 80 ounces of silver. So definitely you want to make sure that you've got a good array of silver and gold products. Different gold coins serve different purposes. Things that are like these back here, these collectible gold coins, these command a higher premium. However, to the right collector, you can actually get a significant amount of money for these types of coins. I purchased this coin, for example, right here. This is a 2021 Czech Lion. I had purchased this for around $2,300 at one point. Sold it to the right collector for $3,000, and then I really did a lot of research and was able to then buy this coin back for around $2,200, $2,300. I was able to find it on some website based in Belgium, and never dealt with that company before. It was worth the risk though to me, and it ended up paying off. So again, do not beat yourself up. Make sure that you do have a good variety of silver and gold in your stack, so that way when you do need to sell, you can tap into the various pieces of your stack depending on what it is that you're looking to do. And remind yourself, long-term game here. This is not something that's hard to find. You'll always be able to replenish your silver and gold stack. So definitely don't beat yourself up. Let me know in the comments down below, have you ever had to tap into your stack as a, almost like a loan to yourself or to free up some funds? Let us know in the comments down below. And I would like to quickly thank these elite channel supporters. And if you haven't already become a channel member, please check out the awesome perks and join today. With that, this is Empire Precious Metals. Until next time, long live the Empire.